Most buyers think homeowners insurance is just paperwork until something happens and they find out they're not covered. And in North Texas, that can be very expensive. Today, I'm talking with Dee Butt, an insurance expert, about what buyers must know before closing, because one wrong assumption could cost you thousands. Stay with us because some of these will surprise you. Without further ado, Dee, you want to tell the audience a little bit about yourself?
Well, I'm Dee, and I've been in insurance for about 30 years. Easy Pay's been in existence for 40 years, and we're an independent agent, locally owned, and we are, like I said, independent, so we write with multiple carriers, so we can kind of shop for you to help you find the best rate.
Thanks for being with us today.
Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. Insurance covers a lot, so we're just gonna cover probably about just a fraction of it today, but we're gonna jump right in. I know y'all are waiting to get some of these questions answered, so Dee, I've got my notes with me because I'm not an expert on insurance. You are. What surprises North Texas buyers most about homeowners insurance right now?
Ooh, the rate.
The
rates are a little bit higher. Deductibles have increased, and so I know that's a surprise as well. So
yes. How do you navigate that with them? Other than you shop carriers?
We do shop different carriers. We help them find a company that can give them discounts. We're looking for discounts for maybe multi-car or a new roof. That's a very important one. Roof is big.
Good.
Updates on the house.
Okay.
Fire, smoke detectors, security systems. Let me think. Water, on the hot water heaters, if they have that stop.
Okay.
That thing that they can put on the hot water heater, so if it busts or whatever, that it automatically cuts the hot water off.
Wow.
They give discounts for that. So
okay.
Yeah, deadbolts on the doors, little things like that.
That's crazy.
There's a lot.
That's crazy.
Just throw up on you the insurance stuff, right?
Yeah. Yeah. That's why you really need somebody local to talk to, because that's discounts.
Yeah.
Who would have thought?
Right.
Like when I'm showing homes, my main focus is how old's the roof, but there's a multitude of things that y'all look at.
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, great information. So, okay. What does homeowners insurance not cover that buyers assume it does?
Well, flood insurance is not covered. So, sudden accidental with your hot water heater, that is covered, but if it's rain and flood, that is not covered.
Okay.
So most companies don't cover foundations, so that's another thing.
Okay.
And we do have one exception with that. I think maybe two.
Okay. What does that look like? So, because we're in Texas, we have extreme heat, extreme cold, we have expansive soils, and so foundation's not covered. So what does that kind of look like for homeowners that foundation isn't covered? Would they think that it's normally covered? Do they call you and say?
Some of them do. We've had a shift or this or that.
Okay.
But we do have some companies that if there's some damage to the plumbing underneath there, and they have to disturb that foundation, they do cover it to whatever limit you choose.
Okay. Yeah. Great information. Great information. So even if the home's not in the floodplain, insurance still doesn't cover.
Right. No flood.
No flood. Okay. No flood, y'all.
No flood.
Okay. How much does the roof age affect insurance cost?
Quite a bit. So usually after 5 years, they won't cover the replacement cost of it. They'll cover the actual cash value.
Okay.
Which is a big difference.
That's huge.
Yes. That's the depreciated amount. So.
Okay. Yes. Roof's very important.
Roof is very important.
Okay. That's why I always check.
Yeah. And metal roofs, they don't cover the cosmetic damage.
Okay. So with the metal roof, I'm glad you said that because metal roofs are popular right now.
Very popular.
So if we'll just say, there was a bunch of hail, there's a bunch of cosmetic stuff. Other than your roof leaking, how else would you know that it's not just cosmetic?
I mean, if it's destroyed, the metal's just beat real bad.
Okay.
That type of thing. But if it's just dinged and cosmetic, they don't cover that.
Okay.
But if it is, if it's damaged.
Okay.
And leaking and.
Okay. Now, how often do you see a metal roof get replaced and insurance covering it? Almost never.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Good to know.
Yeah.
Because they say metal roofs are like a lifetime.
Well, yeah, they do. They say they're like.
They say they are. Okay. But we don't know because we're not a roofer.
And we live in Texas.
And we live in Texas. That's right. What is one mistake buyers make when budgeting for insurance? Hope they have a good real estate agent.
Yeah, and really getting with an insurance agent, and or having their realtor get with an insurance agent to kind of run those numbers and not just assume.
Okay.
That
And
this
pretty
is going to be
quick.
the price, and pretty quick.
Yeah. So really, you've got a contract on a house. You should probably talk to an insurance company, even though you don't need insurance like that day. You need to call Dee and say, "This is the house I'm buying. Tell me what insurance looks like."
Start shopping.
Start shopping. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it takes a little bit longer to quote a house too, because when you're quoting an auto, you can just go in a rater and quote it. But when you're quoting a house, you have to go to each company and answer all their questions. And so it takes a little bit longer. So we need a little bit of time on those.
Okay, yeah, good to know, because sometimes people close in 2 weeks. Sometimes they close in 6 weeks. So immediately contact Dee to get that information. Should buyers consider flood insurance even if it's outside of the flood zones?
You know, I would look and see the area and kind of see what's happened in that area.
Okay.
Weather-wise.
Okay.
Maybe talk to some neighbors in the area and just see if they've had rising water in that area.
That's a great idea.
Because I had somebody one time that they weren't in a floodplain, but they had flood, and their house got flooded. And so they didn't have any coverage for it. So just kind of,
well, that's
somebody who's been there for a while might be able to tell you, we've had an incident before.
Okay, that's good. And of course, talking to neighbors, and you know,
Yeah.
I've got clients that will go buy homes that they're under contract, hoping a neighbor's out.
Yeah.
Just because, you know, they're neighborly and they want to talk to neighbors. Yeah. There's so much more insurance questions to cover. That's just the beginning portion of it. Dee's going to be back with us in more videos. So my next video, we're going to jump in even deeper. You're not going to want to miss it. There'll be a link to contact Dee at the end of my video. Stay tuned for the next video. We'll see y'all soon. Bye.